Lesson 76, finding polynomial roots. 1, that must mean part 1. Today is a review because you already know how to find the roots. It's basically just the zeros. And we use the zero product property, which when two numbers multiplied equal 0, one of them has to be equal to 0. So this is going to just be examples. So if this is already factored, to find the roots, you set this polynomial equal to 0. That's all you have to do is set it equal to 0. And then you set each factor equal to 0. So either negative x equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0, or x minus 1/2 equals 0. Then solve for x. So x can equal 0. Subtract 4 from both sides, so it could be negative 4. Or when you add 1/2, you get x equals 1/2. So these are the polynomial roots. Another example, just written slightly differently. Instead of a y, we have f of x equals 6x cubed plus 21x squared plus 18x. So we first factor the polynomial, and we have 3x in parentheses 2x squared plus 7x plus 6 in parentheses. And we just set that equal to 0. We can factor this polynomial. We get 2x and plus 3 and x plus 2. Yes, that works. Then set each factor equal to 0. Solve for x, so x can equal 0. It can be negative 3/2 or negative 2. So the roots to this polynomial function is 0, negative 3/2, and negative 1/2. Here is another example. So these are all slightly different than the last. So we have to factor. We have a subtraction problem here, and in order to factor, we have to find a common factor to both of these. So we're going to factor out an x minus 2, and we're left with x squared plus 2 minus 4x plus 7. We have to distribute our negative here. So minus 4x minus 7. And that's going to be probably the biggest problem for us, is to remember to subtract that the entire second polynomial there. So I'm going to combine like terms here. We get x squared minus 4x minus 5. Then we can factor that to x minus 5, x plus 1. Set each factor equal to 0 and solve again for x. X can be 2, 5, or negative 1. And the last example is one that doesn't factor as easily. 2x to the 4th equals 8x cubed minus x squared minus 13x. We want to get all of them on one side and 0 on the other. So we're going to take 2x to the 4th minus 8x cubed plus x squared plus 13x and set that equal to 0. We can factor out an x, and then we're left with 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus x plus 13 equals 0. In this case, you're going to know that x can equal 0, or this can equal 0, and what you want to do is plug it into your calculator and find out where it crosses the x-axis. So you would calculate the zeros and then find up to 3 zeros. So x in this case would be 0, approximately a negative 1 800ths, approximately 1 8700ths, and approximately 3 2200ths. So that's the lesson 76. End of that lesson.